Last week on KB&P, we traveled from Florida to San Diego, covering 2,400 miles in 6 days. Taking the southerly route across the U.S. in the summertime was very hot, and we saw temperatures up to 125 degrees as we came to Southern California. Once in San Diego, we stayed at the Mission Bay RV Resort, where we could visit with family and had close access to restaurants and one of our favorite beaches, La Jolla Shores. Today on KB&P, we continue our adventure north, looking for places to camp while following COVID-19 guidelines and navigating through the California fires. It doesn't take long before we face our first challenge. We traveled north to Santa Barbara, where we hoped to visit with my cousin Heidi, but due to the fires and the coronavirus, all of the local Santa Barbara campgrounds were full. As most of you travelers might already know, it can be a little more difficult finding campgrounds this year as more people are using RVs to avoid the coronavirus. In California, some are using RVs to escape the fires. We were able to find a site at the Pacific Dunes Ranch and RV Park. We ran up the dunes to see the sunset and were hoping to cross the dunes to the beach. But it was late, and the dunes were a lot bigger than we thought they were, so we decided to save that hike for the morning. So, unfortunately, last night, my bike got stolen. We were at Pacific Dunes RV Park, and woke up in the morning, and it turned out that my bike was stolen. So, not a very happy time, but they were having a problem with that campground, and so with theft. And we reported it to the police, and hopefully we'll get it back, but I've got no real reason to believe that'll happen, unfortunately. Thank goodness we didn't let this ruin our trip, because there were a lot more good times to come. We just upped our security game and moved on. So we're continuing to head north now, and we meet our next challenge, navigating our way through the LNU complex fires. The smoke is thick in some areas, and the fires mean we won't spend as much time in California as we'd like. A week earlier, a series of highly unusual thunderstorms rolled through most of Northern California, which came from the moisture of the diminishing tropical storm Fausto. With these thunderstorms came nearly 11,000 lightning strikes that is thought to have sparked 376 fires across much of the state. Kudos to the brave men and women fighting these fires, and we feel bad for those that lost lives and property as a result of these fires. We thought it would be best to stay near the coast, and we were lucky to find safe harbor for a couple of days in Bodega Bay.
So we're here at Bodega Bay, and it's a new day. We're going to put all the bad stuff behind us. There's lots of stuff to do at Bodega Bay, and it's a beautiful area, but since it's foggy today, we've decided to maybe just go to the restaurant, Tides Wharf. And if you're unfamiliar with Tides Wharf, we found out that that's where the movie The Birds was filmed. So we're kind of excited to go see what it looks like. I'm sure it doesn't look the same as it used to, but that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to take Pepper for a walk on the coastline and check out some of the coastline. So I wish we had more time here, but unfortunately we were only able to get 2 days, and we're just going to enjoy that.
So it turns out there's actually some pretty good surfing here too. So while walking through the woods on a trail next to our camp, we did happen upon this children's bell tower, and it's a dedication to a 7-year-old boy from California, Nicholas Green, who was killed during a carjacking attempt in 1994 while vacationing in Italy with his family. And his parents agreed to donate his organs and corneas, which went to 7 Italians waiting for transplant. It's a touching story, and we've included a link in the description below if you want to know more. Surf shop.
Looks like the smoke's starting to pick up a little bit.
So hey, good afternoon. We're here in Santa Rosa. It's a little bit north of Santa Rosa, a little bit north of the LNU Lightning Complex fires up here in California that we've been trying to dodge. And we're in a campsite here on the Russian River at the Russian River RV Resort. And anyway, feels a little bit cooler out today and a little bit less smoky. You probably can't tell. I kind of turn around like this, but off in the distance it's a little hazy, and that's because they've been fighting a really bad fire, a number of fires here in California. Show you a little bit about this campsite here though. This is kind of interesting. We've got these yellow jacket traps here, and there's actually there's actually 4 of them at our campsite. Look, right here on the hose bib, there's a couple. We got another one up front by the car, up to the tree. This is seems like a pretty decent little camping area. We're gonna go down and jump in the Russian River here in a bit. And so we'll continue heading north. We're gonna work our way up to the redwoods. I'm gonna try to procure a mountain bike. And I've got Jason Lugie will be checking out the different bikes that I find along the way. I'll send him a text message and see what he thinks. So anyway, here's our campsite. We're in campsite 6, and it's been very quiet and nice here. Plenty of shade in this spot. We did try this side at first, and that did not work out for us. Was unable to back in without grinding the hitch on the back of the RV. So that's it for now. We're gonna go jump in the Russian River with Pepper, go for a little swim, and then we'll be back to start our adventure to the north tomorrow.
Just be careful he doesn't tear up his feet on these rocks. Awesome, Pepper. Didn't want to lose his toy, no. Well, it looks a lot prettier today with less smoke. And this is the Russian River in California. And we are experiencing just a little bit of smoke today. A lot better than yesterday, though. Santa Rosa fires and the LNU fires. So, thank goodness the firemen, bless their hearts, are finally getting some kind of grip on them. Pray for rain, but no lightning.
Good, nice and cold.
Yeah, feels great. Like I said, it feels a lot better today with my water shoes on than it did yesterday barefoot. So yeah, it feels a lot better today. I decided to put my water shoes on rather than come down here barefoot, which was a much wiser choice. See all the rocks? Current pretty swift out here in the middle. Pretty good. Saw some people floating on little inner tubes yesterday. It's a little shallow, but you could do it. You're playing your own little game there, Pepper. Go get it! Get it, Pepper! Oh, where'd he go? Happy dog. Happy dog. Oh, get your toy. Oh, no.
All right, come on, baby. Bring it up here.
Beautiful piece of wood. Some really interesting birds around here too. I've never seen. We saw a couple of scrub jays. Hopefully I'll get a chance to show you what they look like. They're really cool looking. They're actually bright blue, like a blue jay, only they've got a black head with a little mohawk. So that was pretty cool. And it looked like I saw a flicker, which I haven't seen in a long time. So I'm gonna have to check it out and see if that's what it was. But yeah, it'd be a great place to come birding, and if there weren't fires, wine country's right around the corner. You might be amused by some of the acorn woodpeckers that we've seen here. They're quite funny looking with their clown-like face and red head, and they kind of sound like Woody the Woodpecker with their calls. So, I mean, they're busy birds, so that's all you hear all day long. So I found that, like, quite amusing.
I think this qualifies as swimming, right?
So it's time to go, and not a minute too soon, as we found out the evacuation zone is just 12 miles from our campsite. We've enjoyed our stay at Russian River, but it's time to head north, away from the smoke and fires. We're heading to elk country, and I can hardly wait to show you everything we've seen there.
Until we see you next time, happy trails.